It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of the UniVersus CCG, and we're going to sit down with Matt from UVS Games and talk a little bit about what they recently released and what they have upcoming in the future. All right, thanks for taking time talking with us, Matt. Why don't you tell us, first off, how's your convention going so far?
It has been awesome. People of all ages coming in, demoing. People are super excited about our Star Trek Lower Decks release that just came out on December 6th. And a lot of folks are also really excited about what's coming in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big things I want to talk about. Anybody who's watched any of the content on the channel knows that this is my favorite CCG. I recently actually just did an unboxing of the Sam Bradford deck on the channel.
Nice.
We did recently, I mean, let me slow down a little bit because you guys have so much going on, right? I first got into this game with My Hero, right, where that was the only IP that was coming. And then at Gen Con, we talked about how you guys have now gotten back to the roots of being like, you know, the universe in UniVersus being the different IPs crossing over together. And it feels like what once felt somewhat like an anime focus or CCG is now dealing with things like, you know, you guys have Godzilla had come out. Yeah. You guys have done Attack on Titan, and instead of doing the anime art, you went for a manga version of that.
Beautiful, right?
And then absolutely, and then you guys Tekken decks recently released, and now you guys have these lower decks, and then in 2025, you guys are going even further and expanding. And so let's talk about let's go right into 2025 and what I think is the most exciting year for you guys, since I started playing at least.
Awesome. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I guess the best place to start in 2025 is January. In January, we are going to be seeing Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is going to be a Challenger series featuring Sung Jin Woo. And something that I'm sure you have seen as a UniVersus fan is that we try to be very thematic with our releases. So the characters really do feel like, you know, it's their power. With Sung Jin Woo, you do start off as the weakest hunter, you know? That's how it starts.
Sure. Yeah.
And every single turn, you level up. So you are leveling up your character. And it's really kind of cool to see game design go into that kind of a detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also kind of impressive where, like, I feel like you guys are hitting solo leveling at a great time where the first season ran this year was a huge hit.
Yes.
And then you guys are, you mentioned it, bringing in not just solo leveling art on the cards, but actually representing the game in the game mechanics.
Absolutely, that's super important.
That's going to be a Challenger series, so that is also going to have, I assume, a premium booster pack with alternate arts and stuff.
That is correct.
Yes. And then what are some of the big sets coming in next year?
Well, some of the big ones that we are really excited about right after that, March 7th. March 7th is going to mark the release of Critical Role, Heroes of Exandria. We are going to be featuring a booster set as well as 2 starter decks. They are going to be Percy and Bo.
Okay.
We're really excited. 20 characters, highly requested characters from the Critical Role universe. You know, we're going right back. Last year we had Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine featured with Vex Fax and Jester and Nine. This time round, there's going to be a lot more. And we're really, really excited about it. The art is absolutely gorgeous. This is the one set this set is actually the one that features the most artists in a single set release. So with that being said, I'm really excited for what people get to see.
And I don't know how much you can speak to it and stuff like that, but obviously you mentioned that you had already released the Challenger decks for the Critical Role Challenger decks that had the 4 characters that released. Yep. And so, was this set already in the works at that time, or was it in response to how popular those were?
I guess we have to keep some secrets.
Sure, no, fair enough.
But let's just say there are a lot of us that are Critical Role fans on the staff.
Yeah. I mean, as somebody who's also part of the community, I know that before those decks even came out, right, when they got announced, that was one of the things that people were super excited about in the community.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're talking about how they hope that this is a sign of future, you know, us getting a much larger and bigger set.
Sometimes it happens like that. We do listen to the community. The community is super important to us. We take all of your feedback and criticism to heart. We really want this to be the best game for you guys because we're also enjoying the game ourselves.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so what else we have in 2025?
So, additionally, in 2025, you touched on it earlier. We did have Tekken 8 come out, and that is something huge. That was the return to fighting games.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to say there are going to be more fighting games in 2025. So, one of the first ones to look forward to will be Street Fighter, Street Fighter 6 in particular. That one is going to be so much fun. Again, the return to the fighting game genre has been a huge thing for us. And later on in the year, Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
There may be some other things that show up, but again, I like my sacreds.
Yeah. And one of the big sets that we haven't touched on yet that has already been announced, and I'm not sure if people want to find out everything's been announced. There's a fantastic hype video on your guys' YouTube channel for it.
Thank you.
But the set I'm most excited about, as somebody who grew up, well, I won't say my exact age, but we'll say I'm a '90s kid,
That is
late
very
'80s,
fair.
and
Same.
yeah, and you guys are doing TMNT next year.
Yes.
I think that is absolutely incredible. That's going to be a full set, right? So we can expect a lot of characters.
Expect a lot of characters.
Yeah.
We are going to have boosters. There's going to be starters. And let's face it, there have been many iterations of the Turtles.
Yeah.
Imagine what Turtles you're going to see.
Yeah, no, that is super exciting. All right, so we talked about the future.
Yes.
Let's talk about what's out right now and these lower decks that, as you mentioned, they literally released this past weekend while this convention is going on. What's the
Absolutely.
response been so far to the decks?
People have been loving it. Everyone is identifying how each of the characters is so different to play. But the other really cool thing is we explore the B storyline. So, as you recall, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched, but let's face it, we're all Trekkies. Mariner goes on her archaeology storyline. Well, in addition to the Mariner that you see front and center on the lenticular cards, you also have the archaeology version. Rutherford, same thing. B storyline. You got your racer.
Yeah.
And let's face it, we definitely needed to have Tendy's B storyline as well. Who doesn't want to be a pirate? So you get to rock the mistress of the winter constellations.
Yeah. It's funny. One of the things I love about one of the side effects of me being such a fan of this game
Right.
and introducing these new properties is now I have gone and watched. Prior to this being announced, I hadn't seen a single episode
Really?
of Lower Decks. Yes.
Okay.
And so, but since this has come out, I've watched since it's been announced, I've watched all of first season. I'm halfway through the second season now. I actually recently just saw the 10B storyline and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's one of those things you go back to the Mariner B storyline and her being an archaeologist. That is also reflected in the gameplay mechanic of that character, right?
Of course.
Where she has a mechanic where she unflips cards that are flipped. So it's like an archaeologist digging up what's been hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do like that. And the response. Oh, the other thing I love about all these decks is, I don't know if you can tell here, but they also include particular foil treatments for all the characters that make them look like they're beaming in and out of the card.
That was the coolest thing that we got to do for this set. We really did have a nerd session. It started with an idea like, hey, remember when we had lenticular cards?
Yeah.
Can we do that? And here we are.
It's awesome. And so you mentioned that you guys have been busy doing demos and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. I've walked by the booth a bunch of times. You guys have literally had to turn people away from demos because all the spots are full and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I know the answers to this, but the response so far to everything at this PAX has been positive, right?
Everyone has been amazing. We're all nerds.
Yeah.
We're all gamers.
Sure.
We're enjoying ourselves. And there's something for everyone. Everyone has an IP that they absolutely love that is represented here today.
Yeah.
So
And one of the big things, I don't think we even mentioned it because there's so much going on right
I
now.
know.
But every single of the sets that you've released so far, everything that you release in the future, can be mixed together with the other IPs. So you can play a solo leveling deck with Beckett Mariner cards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can have Godzilla with a phaser. You can have so much fun with mixing and matching. And again, it answers that question that you had growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun when you really do get to have the worlds collide.
Yeah. Awesome.
You like that?
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Matt, thank you so much for taking this time to sit and talk with us. Obviously, people want to know more, they can go to uvsgames.com. They can also, stay here at the channel and watch my unboxing videos and watch me nerd out over the game myself. Again, thank you guys so much. And until next time, bye-bye. Wait, don't go. Hold on. Ooh, all right, sorry. Hey, if you like what you just saw, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on how to plays, live plays, reviews, and unboxings, and all the tabletop goodness we've got coming up. All right, now you can go.